Already know what time it is, man. Where my heavy hitters at? Hey, if you watching this live, drop heavy in the chat. If you watching the replay, drop hitters in the chat. Y'all already know, man. My name is Aziz Shabazz. I'm a realtor. I'm a loan officer. I'm a professional network marketer in this network marketing space. Everybody should be in this business, to be honest. If you're looking to build passive and residual income, it's one of the greatest businesses on the planet, on the earth to be in, right? So sales is one of the greatest businesses to be in. A lot of people make a lot of good money in sales. It's one of the highest paid professions on this planet, right? So if you can get good at sales, then you can probably reach your financial goals that you dreamed about, right? And that's the goal. Have I reached a level where all my dreams have come true? No, but I haven't had a job in about a 9 to 5 job. I haven't had a 9 to 5 job in about 8.5 years, going on 9 years. So I'm close. Not all the way there, close, but no cigar. But we're gonna get there. But in the midst of getting there, we're gonna take some other people with us. We're gonna help some other people reach their dreams, reach their goals, and potentially even get out of their 9 to 5 jobs if that's what they desire. Right? And everybody doesn't always want to get out of their 9 to 5, but some people want to at least have some stability in case something were to happen at their 9 to 5 job, where they could say, hey, if I had to leave this job, or if I had to, or if I wanted to quit my job, or if I potentially, God forbid, got fired from my job, I would want to have something in place where it wouldn't hit me so hard, right? And we're at least going to do that, help people get to that level, right? But today, what I want to talk about is entrepreneurs. Keep your edge. Keep your edge. Sometimes when you hit certain peaks or milestones in your business, in this MLM network marketing space, there's titles, there's ranks, right? Which could lead to passive residual monthly bonuses. But when you hit those levels, it's a gift and a curse, because these companies will always respect you. And I know most companies do. I don't know if all companies do, but most companies will respect you at the title that you hit, your highest title, right? But the problem why I say that's a gift and a curse is because if your business decreases a little bit and you take a back seat and you demote, then at that point, they're still respecting you at that title, but you might not be at that title. And that's a gift and a curse. For one, it's a gift because it still keeps giving you the authority. It's still, you can still lead your team in that respect because they respect you for that title that you once hit. But the curse, the part that's bad about it, is that you may feed into that. Your mind may feed into that. Well, this is the title that I hold. This is what I'm respected as. And you may take your foot off the gas because of what the world knows you as, versus you saying, look, I know what the real deal is. I know what my paid as title is versus my title that I'm being respected at. And that ain't good enough, because at the end of the day, the check is not the same. The income is not the same, right? So, because most people in this world, they move off of recognition. This is good. This is good. So that's another thing that I'm going to say to entrepreneurs. Don't focus on the recognition. Focus on the results. I'm going to say that one more time. Don't focus on the recognition. Focus on getting the results. Because the recognition might look good. It might be the nice, shiny object. It might be a trophy. It might be a plaque. It might be a ring. It might look good. It might be in the company, if you're like a realtor or a loan officer, or they might say, okay, you hit this amount of revenue for the month. You got this award at the end of the year. That might look good, but that don't have nothing to do with what's happening in your business right now or what's going to happen in the future. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to start getting to the point where we start dusting off trophies. When we start dusting off plaques, when we start talking about our glory days, we start talking about, man, when I was doing it, or we start talking about, you see, I got this title, I got that title. Man, this world don't care about that. The companies you pay bills to. I don't want to say debt collectors. That's what I was gonna say. Hopefully, y'all ain't got no debts, but you got debt collectors calling you. But I'm just saying the bills don't stop. The bills do not stop. So focusing on your past or titles that you've hit can be a gift and a curse. And a company recognizing you as this, top producer, in real estate as a loan officer, in financial services, whatever the case may be, in health and wellness, in coaching, whatever the case may be. If you let that get to your mind and you let that get in your head, it can cause you to take your foot off the gas. I've had the pleasure of speaking with people that have been very successful in the sales industry. I've had the pleasure, even a bigger pleasure, of speaking with people who have failed in this industry. And I probably appreciate the conversations that I've had with the individuals that have failed more than I appreciate. I won't say more, but I can say I got more from it, from the people that I talked to that failed than the people that's been successful. Because the one thing that stuck with me is that each person that said that they failed, like when I say failed, I mean like they were doing good and then it all went backwards. Each person that I talked to that told me their story, they had one thing in common that they always said. I got comfortable and I took my foot off the gas. I got comfortable and then I took my foot off the gas. And then one person even told me, this is years ago, one person even told me, they said, and Aziz, I still didn't even learn from the first time I did it. So then I rebuilt. I rebuilt it again, and I didn't learn from the first time because I really didn't want to say it was my fault because I took my foot off the gas. I really didn't want to admit that. So I in my mind, it was everything else but me. So this is hindsight, right? But in that moment, they weren't thinking that it was they had anything to do with it. It was the reason. It was everything outside. It was everything, this person, that person, somebody else to blame. And so they said, man, I rebuilt. And then when I rebuilt again, I felt like I had a different group of people. So then I started taking a step back again. I wasn't coming to calls. I wasn't coming to team calls. I wasn't holding trainings. I wasn't prospecting like I used to. I wasn't tapped in the way I was when I was just getting started. Right? We hear about this and they took their foot off the gas again. And of course, that's how the story went. And then it crumbled again. Right? But we hear this with music artists. We hear this with rappers, right? Like their first album was their best album. The first album is classic. You got so many artists, and it's like the first album was classic. Why? It's because they put everything into that album. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into that album. It was an accumulation of all their music. They picked the best songs, etc. But then, as time went on, they started to take their foot off the gas. They wasn't as hungry as they once was. Somebody drop hungry in the chat. If you're watching this, whether you're watching now or you watch the replay, when you get to this part, drop hungry in the chat. You got to stay hungry, even after you've attained some level of success, not just because you made it to a certain point and then now it's time to let my foot off the gas because this thing should just operate itself. That's not how we should be moving. You have to stay hungry. It's mandatory. So now they put out their first album. Let's say they put out their first album, but then now they get more money. Their lifestyle start changing. They start eating more, going out more, spending more money. Things just change. They get more lax. But I was always told, man, when things are going good, that's when you really need to worry. That's when you need to be even more concerned because not that things is going good and it's bad that they're going good, but you have to stay on your P's and Q's. You have to cross your T's and you have to dot your I's when things is going good because that's when you could be losing your edge. Don't lose your edge. All right. So look, entrepreneurs, I just wanted to come here Heavy hitters, if you on this call, you a heavy hitter. Look, if you watching the replay, you a heavy hitter. If you watching it live, drop heavy in the chat. If you watching hitters, if you watching it later, drop hitters in the chat. Drop some diamonds if you got some value. I just wanted to come here today and let y'all know, as entrepreneurs, 1099 independent contractors, you're still an entrepreneur. You still have your own business. Don't get that twisted. As entrepreneurs, always stay hungry. And even when you've reached a level of success, still keep your edge. With that being said, man, love y'all. Have a